Okay, what's going on, guys? Something actually pretty insane just, I guess, happened in a way. Konami just revealed really insane news that will probably change our perspective of what's going to come up in the future. Maybe the Cyber Style structure deck might end up being much better than we thought because of something that I will show you in a couple of seconds, and that is the OTS Tournament Pack 16 initial announcement. So, first of all, the release date is 10th of April. Okay, wow. Really? Oh, that's like in a month and a half, barely, even less than that, so that's kind of crazy. All right, let's actually read it. Level up your game in 2021 with OTS Tournament Pack 16. Whatever. OTS Tournament Pack 16 reintroduces some of the most popular tournament level cards and are used in participation prizes or tournament prizing for duelists entering OTS events. You might actually have to do some remote duels or something to get them because we don't really have IRL locals, including remote duel OTS tournament packs are not for sale items and are only provided exclusively KDA's official tournament stores, so it's actually kind of hard to get your hands on these packs, so make sure to reach out to your local official tournament pack store for details. Also, OTS tournament packs are the only way duelists can get a hold of ultimate rare cards, because of course, as you may heard, there was, I forgot the actual set that just ended the ultimate rares once and for all. Take your rarities to the next level with an ultimate rare variant art of Cyber Dragon. Okay, so this means so many things, because they said with an ultimate rare variant art version of Cyber Dragon, this technically doesn't mean anything. There is no guaranteed that it will be the alternate art that we currently already have, you know, kind of the dark Cyber Dragon in a way. It might actually be a brand new alternate art. What this actually gives us information wise is Konami really is trying to invest in their future product by actually giving an incentive to people to get some, like, the old cards, because they want people to be able to buy like 3 new structure decks and actually play with the cards there instead of just releasing garbage support and then, you know, nobody's gonna cure. Because of course, if the Cyber Style structure deck only introduced Cyber Dark support, it kind of would be really difficult for them because they would have to make it broken, just like how ABC randomly became broken out of like nowhere. Just one structure deck made the deck here one, and the deck never really existed before. Like we had like XYZ, but it sucked, and Cyber Darks might again get the exact same treatment, or what is now more likely to happen, it will probably be just a mesh of Cyber Dragon, Cyber Dark, whatever, maybe make them work together. But this is crazy, the fact that they're actually releasing a Cyber Dragon ultimate rare variant art. Cyber Dragon already exists as an ultimate rare, so this is one of the very few cards in Yu-Gi-Oh's history to be actually printed as an ultimate rare twice with completely different artworks. If I recall correctly, this might actually be the only one with 2 different ultimate rare arts, so that's actually kind of crazy. No, this is actually just gigantic, man. The Cyber Style structure deck might actually just end up being really, really good. Maybe the Cyber Dragon support is actually going to be insane too, so I don't know, maybe the Link 1 idea would actually end up being realistic, and then the Contact Fuse gigantic Chimera deck, either with types or attributes, cards in the same column. Again, people actually commented really interesting things in my other 2 Cyber Style structure deck videos, so yeah, man, I'm just even more excited now to actually see what they're actually have in store for us. And by the way, this is March 5th. If you actually saw my first Cyber Style structure deck video, I actually said that according to the patterns, we actually usually start seeing the support announcements like maybe 2 months prior to the release. Like the Ice Bear structure deck, the first announcement was September 11th, but the structure deck was like launched in November 19th for the OCG, so that was probably like 2 months prior. And since in the OCG the structure deck will actually launch on May 15th, then it is actually realistic to see it 2 months prior to that. So May, April, and then March. We are March 5th, so there's pretty much like a maximum of 10 days according to the patterns again until we actually start seeing what the Cyber Style structure deck support is actually going to look like. So the fact that Konami is actually just pretty much giving us all the Cyber Dragon news in pretty much one shot, because now this is the ultimate art, this is a preparation for them, a huge setup, so they can actually hype the Cyber Style structure deck really, really well. Because one thing that I realized is that usually when Konami tries to make a deck good, they also hype it too. Like the Ice Bear structure deck had no hype behind it, no hype whatsoever. They were just like, yeah, new structure deck, boss monsters that you already know of. They're not new, obviously. One of them is new, but it's not as good as the old Trishula. Obviously, everyone could agree with me, because the old Trishula was also used as a hand loop card, so that's actually kind of huge. And also the other structure deck, the Charmer, no, not good. I mean, both of these structure decks are nothing compared to Shaddoll, So if Cyber Dragon could be a repeat of Shaddoll structure deck, oh my god, we're gonna have the best set of 2021 hands down. This is just gonna be a good year to compensate for the shitty 2020. Anyways, negate key effects of your opponent's most powerful monsters with an ultimate rare Forbidden Droplet. This card is already worth a lot of money. The fact that this actually gets another freaking printing as an ultimate rare, while it was already really hard to get your hands on it, not only is not going to devalue the already existing secret rare, but also the ultimate rare might be the new card that people are going to try investing in, because of course people are always rarity whores. So that means that you don't mind spending a shitload of money to get the most expensive cards. Sometimes they're not even the most good looking, they're just the most expensive, but I do agree that ultimate rares are really, really nice. Really good card, really meta defining, so I'm really glad this card actually got the ultimate rare treatment. And then popular themes receive a ton of super rare upgrades, like Drytron Delta Altace. This card is of course really good in Drytron, it searches you for that spell card. And then King of the Skull Servants, I don't know how relevant that is necessarily, but the Skull Servants, they're pretty much like all low rarity, commons and rares. Some cards of course are super rare, but you don't really have some super high rarity cards. And then Virtual World Gate Kinglong, I think the last thing that people actually care about necessarily is having more Virtual World hype that isn't even just, I don't know man, this doesn't mean much to me, because there are honestly two ways to see it. It's either Konami is releasing Virtual World Kinglong as a super rare because they want to give even more incentive for people to play Virtual World, meaning that they won't actually ban VFD, or they will ban VFD, but they still want people to play Virtual World because they have more support coming in store for them. Honestly, definitely two arguments that I can see actually happening in the future, because right now we don't really have any information. VFD has a 90% chance to get banned. Definitely 90 seems like a good number. Getting limited on VFD, I want to say, is probably like 1%, and randomly staying at 3 is the other 9%. That's just my 10 cents, but don't be too shocked if VFD randomly survives the ban list. I don't want VFD to necessarily, you know, stay at 3. If it gets banned, it'll technically be better for the game, but the issue is that by banning VFD, you're not necessarily fixing the actual format as a whole, because now people are just gonna play Vanity's Ruler, Herald of Ultimateness bullshit in Drytron Turbo, and then people are also going to keep playing Eldritch, keep playing Dragoon, you know, they're gonna start hand looping you in Virtual World. Of course, the hand looping route isn't that good, but it doesn't change the fact that you still can't really have a fair chance at playing the game all the time. So I don't know, but no, just all of that could be really nice. So definitely looking forward to all of that. I don't know how you guys actually feel about this OTS Tournament Pack 16. There's also still one ultimate rare missing, by the way, because it's always 3 ultimate rares, as you can see here, and they only announced Cyber Dragon and Forbidden Droplet. So maybe the other ultimate rare could actually either be a hand shop like Ash, that could make sense, maybe a staple, I don't know, probably not a staple, because Forbidden Drop is already kind of a staple, so it's probably gonna be like a super specific card for like one specific deck, a deck that actually did really well. I don't know, Ben 10. In theory that could kind of make sense when you think about it, if it's not already ultimate. I don't think it is. If you guys actually think that this is a kind of a sign that the Cyber Style structure deck is going to be really good, let me know. Or if you think it's actually going to, it doesn't change anything and Konami's just gonna do whatever they want at the end of the day, and they're just going to release a garbage, unplayable structure deck again, just like the 2 last ones that we've got, well, also let me know, because it's always interesting to read other people's thoughts on the matter. But anyways, that's all I had to say and talk about for this OTS Tournament Pack 16, I guess, analysis and extrapolation again on what we could actually see in the future. So before we end, make sure to like and subscribe, because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.